Think yogurt's always a health hero? Not so fast. Some common foods you pair with it could be silently harming you. Hi, I'm Adam from the Science of Aging, and today I'm revealing 5 dangerous yogurt combinations seniors should avoid. Stick around. This could save your gut and your energy. Yogurt's a breakfast staple, especially for seniors. Packed with probiotics for gut health and protein for strength. But pairing it wrong? It's like putting water in a gas tank. It backfires. I learned this when my Aunt Betty, 73, felt bloated after her healthy yogurt bowls. Science shows certain combos can mess with digestion or nutrient absorption. Let's uncover 5 pairings to skip and keep your mornings vibrant. Scene 1. Yogurt with sugary cereals. Picture this. It's a crisp morning, sunlight spilling across your kitchen table, warming the room with a golden glow. You spoon creamy yogurt into a bowl, then reach for that box of sugary cereal, bright, colorful flakes, or honey-drenched clusters that crunch with every bite. It feels like a sweet reward, a nostalgic hug from childhood breakfast, especially for seniors over 70 who've earned a little indulgence. But here's the twist. Pairing yogurt with sugary cereals is like inviting a thunderstorm to a picnic. It looks fun at first, but it leaves chaos behind. Let's dive into why this breakfast scene is a health misstep, and how a small change can make your morning shine. The problem and why it hurts. Why is this combo such a troublemaker? Yogurt's a nutritional rock star for seniors, packed with probiotics that nurture your gut like a gardener tending delicate blooms. Its protein fuels muscles and calcium strengthens bones, both critical as you age. But sugary cereals? They're a sugar avalanche, crashing into your system with no regard for balance. When you mix them with yogurt, the high glucose load sends your blood sugar rocketing, like a car speeding without brakes. For seniors, whose insulin sensitivity often fades, this spike overworks the pancreas, like revving an old engine until it sputters. The American Diabetes Association warns that high-sugar diets increase type 2 diabetes risk by 20% in older adults. Ever feel jittery or foggy a few hours after breakfast? That's the sugar crash knocking. Let me tell you about my friend Tom, 70, who adored his yogurt cereal mornings. He grinned, saying, "It's my treat for getting out of bed." But by mid-morning, he was slumped in his recliner, too tired to tend his roses. His doctor spotted rising blood sugar levels and said, "Tom, that cereal's your kryptonite." The sugar in those flakes, sometimes 15 grams per serving, was overwhelming yogurt's benefits, like weeds choking garden. A 2024 Journal of Nutrition study found a high-sugar breakfast disrupt gut microbiota, cutting probiotic efficacy by 15%. For seniors, this can mean bloating, mood dips, or even cravings that lead to unhealthy snacking. Ever notice you're starving by 10 a.m. despite eating? Tom's story might sound familiar. The damage doesn't stop there. Sugary cereals turn your steady breakfast into a roller coaster, spiking insulin and stressing your heart. For seniors managing cholesterol or blood pressure, this adds strain, like piling weights on an already creaky bridge. Plus, the sugar tricks your brain into wanting more, like a catchy jingle you can't shake. A 2025 health and aging study linked high sugar mornings to a 20% drop in mid-morning energy for older adults. Imagine missing your morning walk or card game because you're wiped out. Doesn't that feel like a loss? Solutions and swaps. The good news? You can keep yogurt's magic with smarter pairings that don't derail your health. Instead of sugary cereals, try a sprinkle of unsalted nuts, like walnuts or almonds or fresh berries. Blueberries add a sweet pop without the crash. These options deliver crunch and flavor, like a gentle breeze rather than a storm. Check cereal labels and aim for under 10 grams of added sugar per serving. Some brands sneak in 15 grams or more. My neighbor Lila, 75, thought plain yogurt was dull until she mixed in raspberries and a touch of cinnamon. She laughed, saying, "It's like a dessert, but I'm gardening by noon." If you crave that cereal texture, unsweetened oats with a dash of vanilla extract offer cozy vibes without the sugar hit. What's one swap you could try tomorrow? Mornings can be busy, I know. Maybe you grab cereal because it's quick, or it's been your routine forever. Here's a hack. Keep a jar of mixed nuts or dried fruit, no added sugar, next to your yogurt for a no-fuss topping. If you're hooked on cereal, mix half your usual amount with plain oats to ease the transition. A funny story. My cousin Joe, 77, called Healthy Swaps rabbit food until I bet him he couldn't ditch sugary cereal for 3 days. By day 2, he was raving about his pecan yogurt combo, saying, "I'm a breakfast chef now." What's a small change you could sneak in? One trap to avoid. Thinking a small scoop of cereal is harmless. Even 10 grams of sugar can tip your blood sugar off balance. Another pitfall? Assuming low-fat yogurt cancels out the sugar. It doesn't. Picture your morning as a garden. Sugary cereal is glitter, sparkling briefly but choking the roots. Pairing yogurt with low-sugar toppings is like watering those roots, letting you bloom. Tom's Nut Swap wasn't just a meal tweak, it was a step toward thriving. What's cluttering your garden? Rewriting this scene can energize your mornings, fueling the moments you love. Scene 2, yogurt with citrus fruits. Imagine this. You're at your breakfast nook, a soft morning breeze, carrying the scent of spring. You scoop creamy yogurt into a bowl, then slice a juicy orange or grapefruit, their tangy zest promising a vibrant, healthy start. For seniors over 70, it's a refreshing choice, packed with vitamin C to fend off colds and brighten the day. But here's the catch. Pairing yogurt with citrus fruits is like mixing a lively dance with a slow ballad. It clashes, creating digestive discord. Let's explore why this bright combo can quietly harm you and how a simple tweak can keep your mornings harmonious. The problem and why it hurts. Why does this pairing stir trouble? Yogurt, a digestive gem for seniors, loaded with probiotics that tend your gut like a gentle rain nourishing a meadow. Its protein and calcium bolster muscles and bones, essential for staying active with age. Citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, lemons, bring a burst of acidity that sounds healthy but disrupts yogurt's magic. Their citric acid can curdle yogurt's proteins in your stomach, like mixing milk with vinegar, slowing digestion to a crawl. It's as if your gut's a quiet road suddenly hit by a traffic jam. For seniors, whose digestion often moves more leisurely, this can trigger bloating, discomfort, or even cramping. A 2024 Journal of Nutrition study found that acidic foods reduce probiotic effectiveness by 15%, robbing yogurt of its gut healing power. Ever feel puffy or uneasy after breakfast? This citrus yogurt clash might be the reason. Let me tell you about my neighbor Lila, 75, who swore by her yogurt orange mornings. She beamed, saying, "It's my sunshine in a bowl." But by mid-morning, she was clutching her stomach, bloated, and skipping her park strolls. Her doctor explained, "Lila, those oranges are wrestling with your yogurt." The acidity was creating a digestive pileup, leaving her gut grumpy. A 2025 health and aging study noted that acidic breakfast increased gastrointestinal complaints by 10% in older adults, especially those with sensitive stomachs. For seniors prone to reflux or IBS, citrus can mimic heartburn, adding insult to injury. Ever wonder why your tummy's rumbling when you're trying to eat light? Lila's experience might ring a bell. The impact goes beyond discomfort. Slow digestion reduces nutrient absorption, meaning yogurt's calcium and protein don't fully reach your bones and muscles. Plus, the acidic environment can stress your gut's microbiome, like a storm scattering seedlings, leading to irregular digestion or mood dips, since gut health ties to mental clarity. Ever feel foggy despite eating healthy? That's the citrus effect at play. Solutions and swaps. The fix is easy and keeps your breakfast delightful. Swap citrus for low-acid fruits like berries, bananas, or peaches. They blend with yogurt like a perfect harmony. No digestive drama. Blueberries, for instance, offer antioxidants without acidity, boosting your heart and brain. My friend Clara, 72, thought fruit swaps were too much fuss until she tried sliced bananas with her yogurt. She chuckled, saying, "It's like a milkshake, but I'm dancing by noon." If you love citrus, enjoy it solo mid-morning. Your gut will thank you. What's one fruit you could try tomorrow? Mornings can be hectic, I know. Maybe oranges are your go-to because they're quick, or you love that zesty kick. Here's a tip. Keep frozen berries in your freezer for a no-prep topping. Just toss and eat. If you're set on citrus, use a small wedge with plain, low-fat yogurt to ease the acid load. A funny story. My uncle Ed, 80, called berries kid food until I bet him he couldn't try strawberries with yogurt for a week. By day 4, he was bragging at the senior center, "I'm a fruit guy now." What's a small tweak you could make? One trap to avoid: thinking all fruits are yogurt friendly. Citrus's acidity is uniquely disruptive, especially for seniors with digestive sensitivities. Another pitfall? Assuming flavored yogurts dodge the issue. They often pack sugar, worsening bloating. Picture your morning as a serene lake. Citrus with yogurt ripples a calm, but low-acid fruits keep it still. Lila's berry switch wasn't just a meal change. It was a step toward thriving. What's stirring your lake? Rewriting this scene can lighten your mornings, letting your health glow. Scene 3. Yoga with raw nuts and seeds. Expanded content. Imagine this. You're at your kitchen counter, morning light filtering through the curtains, casting a warm glow. You scoop creamy yogurt into a bowl, then sprinkle in raw almonds or chia seeds. Picturing a nutrient-packed breakfast that's as wholesome as it gets. For seniors over 70, it's a choice that feels like a health win, with nuts and seeds touted for heart-healthy fats and fiber. But here's the hidden hitch. Pairing yoga with raw nuts and seeds is like locking a vault before you can grab the treasure. It blocks nutrients your body desperately needs. Let's unpack why this combo can quietly harm you and how a small tweak can unlock your breakfast potential. The problem and why it hurts. Why is this pairing a nutritional misstep? Yogurt's a superstar for seniors, brimming with calcium to shore up bones and probiotics to keep your gut humming like a well-oiled machine. Its protein fuels muscles, vital for staying spry. Raw nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, chia, flax seem like ideal partners, packed with omega-3s and fiber. But they hide a catch: phytic acid, a natural compound that acts like a nutrient thief. Phytic acid binds to yogurt's calcium, zinc, and magnesium, forming complexes your body can't absorb, like a gate slamming shut on a feast. For seniors who need calcium to fight bone loss, this is a big deal. Osteoporosis affects 50% of women over 70, per the National Osteoporosis Foundation. A 2024 Journal of Gerontology study found high phytic acid diets cut calcium absorption by 20% in older adults. Ever feel creaky despite eating healthy? This combo might be robbing your bones. Let me tell you about my cousin Joe, 77, who loved his yogurt almond mornings. He bragged, "I'm eating like a fitness coach." But he felt stiff and tired, and his doctor flagged low calcium levels despite his yogurt habit. The raw almonds were binding the calcium, like a lock on a treasure chest. A 2025 health and aging study showed that phytic acid reduces mineral uptake, increasing muscle cramps and fatigue in seniors by 15%. For Joe, this meant missing his morning walks, a blow to his active spirit. The nutrient block also left him hungrier, nudging him towards snacks when he wasn't truly hungry. Ever reach for a treat an hour after breakfast? Joe's story might hit home. The impact isn't just about bones. Blocked magnesium can worsen energy slumps or cramps, common in seniors, while zinc loss weakens immunity. It's like starving your body's workers despite serving a feast. Ever wonder why your healthy choices aren't delivering? Solutions and swaps. The solution keeps the crunch you love without the nutrient theft. Soak raw nuts or seeds in water for 8 to 12 hours. Overnight's perfect to cut phytic acid by up to 60%, like unlocking the vault. Drain, rinse, and sprinkle them into your yogurt. Roasted nuts with lower phytic acid are another easy win. Try walnuts for a toasty flavor. My friend Clara, 72, thought soaking was too fancy until she tried pre-soaked almonds. She grinned, saying, "My bones feel like they're on vacation." If nuts aren't your vibe, opt for low phytic toppings like pumpkin seeds or fresh fruit. What's one topping you could prep tonight? Mornings can be rushed, I know. Maybe raw nuts are handy, or you've always tossed them in. Here's a hack. Soak a batch Sunday, store in the fridge, and grab a handful all week. If soaking's a hassle, buy roasted unsalted nuts. Quick and effective. A funny story. My uncle Ed, 80, called soaking new age nonsense until I dared him to try it for 3 days. By day 2, he was hooked, saying, "My yogurt's a health spa." What's a small step you could take? One trap to avoid. Thinking all nuts are equal. Raw chia and almonds pack more phytic acid than roasted versions. Another pitfall? Assuming more yogurt fixes it. Phytic acid's grip resists. Picture your morning as a sturdy bridge. Raw nuts are loose bolts, but soaking tightens them. Joe's soaked almonds were a game changer, fueling his vitality. What's loosening your bridge? Rewriting this scene can strengthen your mornings, letting your health soar. Scene 4. Yogurt with high-fat meats. Expanded content. Imagine this. It's a cozy morning, the radio humming softly as you settle into breakfast. You spoon velvety yogurt into a bowl, then plate aside a crispy bacon or a juicy sausage link, savoring the hearty mix of creamy and savory. For seniors over 70, it's a comforting ritual, a nod to decades of indulgent breakfasts that fuel the day. But here's the twist. Pairing yogurt with high-fat meats is like pouring gravel into a smooth stream. It clogs the flow, quietly harming your health. Let's dive into why this breakfast scene needs a rewrite, and how a small change can keep your mornings vibrant. The problem and why it hurts. Why is this combo a digestive disaster? Yogurt's a nutritional gem for seniors, packed with probiotics that nurture your gut like a gardener tending prize roses. Its protein strengthens muscles and calcium fortifies bones, both crucial for staying active with age. High-fat meats, bacon, sausage, or fatty ham, seem like a protein-packed partner, but their saturated fats create a digestive roadblock. They slow the breakdown of yogurt's proteins and probiotics, like mud clogging a clear stream, causing food to linger in your stomach. For seniors, whose digestion often moves more slowly, this can lead to bloating, acid reflux, or a heavy, sluggish feeling. A 2024 gerontology study found that high-fat meals increase gut inflammation by 15% in older adults, raising risk for discomfort and heart strain. Ever feel like your breakfast is weighing you down by mid-morning? This pairing might be the culprit. Let me share a story about my friend Clara, 72, who cherished her yogurt and bacon mornings. She'd laugh, saying, "It's my treat for wrangling the grandkids." But she started noticing heartburn and fatigue, barely making it through her knitting club. Her doctor explained that the bacon's fats were stalling yogurt's benefits, like a storm cloud blocking sunlight. A Journal of Aging and Health study noted that high-fat breakfasts boost acid reflux risk by 20% in seniors, especially those with sensitive stomachs. For Clara, the inflammation and slow digestion meant missing her morning energy, a loss for her active spirit. The saturated fats also nudge her cholesterol levels, a concern for seniors managing heart health. Ever wonder why you're reaching for antacids after eating? Clara's experience might resonate. The harm extends further. Slow digestion reduces nutrient absorption, so yogurt's calcium and protein don't fully support your bones and muscles. For seniors prone to high cholesterol, the fat load adds stress, like piling weights on a creaky bridge. Ever feel like napping instead of tackling your day? That's the high-fat meat effect. Solutions and swaps. The good news? You can keep yogurt's benefits with lighter proteins. Swap bacon for a boiled egg, lean turkey, or low-fat cheese. They pair like a gentle breeze, not a gale. Eggs offer protein without the fat overload, keeping digestion smooth. My neighbor Lila, 75, thought eggs were boring until she tried a sliced hard-boiled egg with yogurt and a pinch of pepper. She grinned, saying, "It's like a diner breakfast, but I'm dancing by noon." If you crave meat, choose lean cuts like turkey bacon and save fatty meats for lunch. What's one protein you could try tomorrow? Mornings can be a rush, I know. Maybe bacon's quick, or a lifelong habit. Here's a tip. Boil a batch of eggs on Sunday for a week of easy pairings. If you love smoky flavors, sprinkle smoked paprika on your yogurt. It's a fat-free flavor boost. A funny story. My Uncle Ed, 80, swore by sausage until I challenged him to try turkey for a week. He scoffed but did it, then bragged at the senior center, "I'm the healthiest guy here." What's a small swap you could sneak in? One trap to avoid. Thinking just one strip of bacon is fine. 5 grams of saturated fat can still slow digestion. Another pitfall? Assuming Greek yogurt handles fats better, it doesn't. Picture your morning as a clear stream. High-fat meats muddy the flow, but lean proteins keep it pure. Clara's egg switch was a step toward thriving. What's clogging your stream? Rewriting this scene can lighten your mornings, fueling the moments you love. Scene 5. Yogurt with artificial sweeteners. Expanded content. Picture this. It's a tranquil morning, the kind where you savor the stillness before the day begins. You scoop plain yogurt into a bowl, then tear open a packet of artificial sweetener. Those colorful little packets promising sweetness without the calories. For seniors over 70, it feels like a clever choice, especially if you're managing weight or diabetes. But here's the sting. Pairing yogurt with artificial sweeteners is like tossing a wrench into a delicate clock. It disrupts the works, quietly harming your health. Let's uncover why this healthy tweak can backfire and how a simple swap can keep your mornings thriving. The problem and why it hurts. Why is this combo a health hiccup? Yogurt's a nutritional powerhouse for seniors, loaded with probiotics that tend your gut like a caretaker nurturing a prized orchard. Its protein and calcium support muscles and bones, key for staying active with age. Artificial sweeteners, like aspartame, sucralose, or saccharin, seem like a guilt-free way to jazz up plain yogurt, but they come at a hidden cost. They disrupt your gut microbiome, the intricate ecosystem yogurt's probiotics strive to balance. It's like a sudden storm scattering your garden's blooms. For seniors, whose gut health drives digestion and immunity, this can lead to bloating, irregular bowels, or even unexpected cravings. A 2025 health and aging study found that artificial sweeteners reduce beneficial gut bacteria by 15%, weakening yogurt's probiotic punch. Ever feel off or gassy after a light breakfast? This sweetener scene might be the culprit. Let me tell you about my Uncle Ed, 80, who loved dusting his yogurt with artificial sweetener. He'd wink, saying, "It's my dessert without the sin." But he started noticing digestive unease and odd hunger pangs, even after eating. His doctor warned that sweeteners were throwing his gut bacteria into chaos, like static scrambling a radio. A 2024 journal Gerontology study linked artificial sweeteners to a 20% increase in appetite in older adults, driving snacking urges. For Ed, this meant raiding the pantry before lunch, a frustration for his health-conscious routine. The disruption also slowed digestion, causing bloating that dulled his crossword-solving spark. Ever wonder why you're snacky despite eating smart? Ed's story might resonate. The harm doesn't stop there. Sweeteners trick your brain into expecting sugar, spiking cravings without satisfaction, like a vending machine that takes your coins but delivers nothing. For seniors managing blood sugar, this can mess with insulin sensitivity, a concern for diabetes risk. Ever feel sluggish despite skipping sugar? That's the sweetener trap at work. Solutions and swaps. The fix is sweet and simple. Swap artificial sweeteners for natural options like a teaspoon of honey, maple syrup, or mashed fruit. Bananas or berries work wonders. They add gentle sweetness without gut upheaval, like sunlight nurturing your garden. Honey, with prebiotic properties, even boosts yogurt's probiotics. My friend Lila, 75, thought natural sweeteners were too much work until she swirled blueberries into her yogurt. She laughed, saying, "It's a party in my bowl and I'm hiking by noon." If you need 0 calories, try a pinch of stevia, a natural plant-based sweetener that's gut-friendly. What's one sweet swap you could try tomorrow? Mornings can be a hustle. I know, maybe sweetener packets are quick, or you're avoiding sugar for health reasons. Here's a hack. Keep a small jar of honey or frozen berries in your fridge for instant flavor. If packets are your habit, mix half with fruit to ease the shift. A funny story. My cousin Joe, 77, called honey fancy syrup, until I dared him to try it for a week. By day 3, he was boasting at the senior center, "I'm a gourmet now." What's a small step you could take? One trap to avoid. Thinking artificial sweeteners are safe because they're calorie-free. They save calories but stress your gut. Another pitfall? Assuming flavored yogurts are better. They often hide sweeteners or sugar, doubling the trouble. Picture your morning as a thriving garden. Artificial sweeteners scatter the blooms, but natural options foster growth. Ed's honey switch was a step toward thriving. What's storming your garden? Rewriting this scene can brighten your mornings, letting your health flourish. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button. It helps us share more. Comment. Which combo surprised you? Share this with someone who loves yogurt. And subscribe to the Science of Aging with the bell on for weekly health tips. Your support keeps us growing. See you next time.